What is up? Welcome back to Stereo Cat Motor Vlogs. Nikhilna channel Stereo Cat Motor Vlogs ಗೆ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಪಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಂಕಲ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನೀವುಲ್ಲೇರಿ ಐಮನ್ ಸೈಯದ್ ಅಂಚನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೋ ಬಿರುಶ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ಯೋ ಸೊ ಇನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂಜಿ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪೆರೆ ಬೈದ. He is a founder of very big biking club in Mangalore as well as ಅರಡ ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಪುರುಂಡು. ಸೊ ಅರೆಗೆ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪರೆ ಬೈದ ನಮ್ಮೈನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಎಂಕಲು ಅರೆನ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪವ ಅರ್ನ ಕೆಲವು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಉಂಡು ಅಂಚನೆ ಅವು ನಿಕ್ಲಿಗ್ಲ ತಮ್ಮ ತೊಚ್ಪವ ಇನ್ನಿತ ವ್ಲಾಗ್ಡ್. ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೊಂಗ್. Sean bhai.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you, bhai?
Fine, thank you. Sir, namaskar.
Hi, Captain.
Welcome, sir.
How are you?
Welcome.
Hi.
Finally, enkulitte Sean bhai battadu meet aya. Welcome back to Stereo Cat Motor Vlogs, Sean bhai.
Always nice to be
Yeah.
part of it.
It is ಮಸ್ತ್ ಖುಷಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಎಂಚಿನ ಒಂಜಿ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ಲೈನಿ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಬಿಸಿ ಇತ್ತೇರೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂಡಲ್ಲ ಎಂಕ್ಲೆಗ್ ಒಂಜಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊರ್ದು ಎಂಕ್ಲೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕುಲ್ದೇರೆ ಅಕ್ಲೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆರ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಾರನ್ನ ಮಗೆಲ ಒಲ್ಲೇರೆ. ಯುವರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಕಿಯಾನ್ ಒಲ್ಲೇರೆ. ಸೊ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ವ್ಲಾಗ್ಸ್. Yeah, so can you give me a short introduction about you as well as your family?
Okay. My name is Sean Fernandez. My two boys stay here with me, Kian and my little naughty fellow Dre somewhere around. My wife, she is currently working in Dublin, so she isn't here most of the time. Maybe twice in a year she comes down. And actually, my grandparents are originally from Mangalore, from Kaikamba area itself.
Yeah, you told me
But
last
then,
time.
long back, somewhere in the mid 80s, 90s, they shifted off first to Bangalore, then from Bangalore they moved out of the country. So basically, we don't have any other relatives out here.
Okay.
So, and I was born and brought up in the northeast, actually, in Shillong,
Shillong.
Meghalaya.
Okay.
And that is the reason why my father will be speaking. He speaks Tulu and Kannada, Konkani, even a little bit of Malayalam also. He speaks very well.
Okay.
But unfortunately, no communication with
Exactly.
us. So,
So
we
you
never picked it
are,
up. I'm trying to make him know. Then
Yeah,
little bit
little
of
bit Tulu and
Kannada,
Kannada.
and Konkani also.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
So Sean bhai, like how did all started for the biking community, biking culture? What was your inspiration towards biking?
That's a good question actually, because for me it just came sort of naturally. Maybe like a small part of it is you saw the Vespa outside.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's my dad's 1984 model Vespa XE. Okay, the 100cc one, the very first one. So one of my very first memories is in Shillong, in the northeast. He had taken me on a ride to Guwahati, which is 100 kilometers away.
Okay.
It was just my father and me, and that was my first ride on a two-wheeler. Okay, biting cold out there in the northeast,
Okay.
up and down the hills.
Okay.
100 kilometers going up, 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers both ways.
Okay.
That was one of my
Inspiration.
first memories. Inspiration, sort of.
Yeah.
But all throughout college and all, my parents were very strict with me.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of accidents.
In,
Nobody takes
Shillong.
Yes. And in a sense, because it's a hilly terrain.
Okay.
So we didn't have, they never allowed me to even get a two-wheeler.
Okay.
College also, I didn't know how to ride a two-wheeler.
Where was your college days, like in the Shillong only?
No, after my PU, I came down to Mangalore,
Mangalore.
and I was studying in Motimal College out here.
Okay. Okay.
During that time, a lot of our guys, some of the guys from North India, some of our friends from Kerala, there was, I remember there was a KB 125, there was a Bullet, then Kinetic Hondas were there and all. But I could not ride actually, but I used to go out with them.
Okay.
And only when I started working, I was working immediately after college. I got a posting in Aurangabad, Maharashtra, the Taj Group of Hotels.
Okay.
That was in 97.
Okay.
And somewhere out there also, I still didn't feel the need, actually, the interest of actually riding, because a hotel is just like around 200 meters down the road.
Yeah.
Good exercise to walk up and down.
Up and down. Yeah.
And only thing, one of my friends had told me, he said, Sean, it's high time for you to actually get a bike. Even if you don't need it, just get a bike. You should learn and you should have it. Imagine, this is like after doing degree, after 2 years after doing degree actually.
Okay.
So At that time, we didn't have many options. Okay. At that time, when I thought of it, I was looking at the Bajaj Legend. The Bajaj Legend scooter was just being launched. I was thinking of that. One is that. Then the other option, my friend told me, he said, "Why do you want a scooter right now? Okay, if you want, you take a ESD Road King like he had. He had a Road King, so he told me you try take it."
Okay.
I told him, "Fine, if you can get me a good model one, which runs nicely, I'm ready to take it." So he got that for me.
So that was your first bike,
That was my
SD
first
Road
bike.
King.
That's my first bike, and it's been with me all the time.
Yeah. Till now you have it.
Yes, in '99, this is when it started. So from then
You
on,
buy it brand new or you buy it
No, it was a second hand one.
second hand? Okay.
He asked one of his friends in Bangalore to look for a good Road King,
Okay.
and
So what was the price during that time while you buy your first bike?
I paid around with the change of tires and the NOC, everything came to 20,000.
20,000.
Second hand. I'm the second owner.
Okay, you're the second one.
Yes, they took care of everything. Everything about the bike was fine. They checked it. Only thing, the tires were a little bit worn out.
Okay.
They changed the tires,
changed
included in 20,000, and they sent it to me by train.
Train.
Yes.
Okay.
So my friend, when I picked it up from the Ahmednagar station and rode it down around some 125 kilometers to Aurangabad, where I was staying,
Okay.
and they brought it in out there.
So you dropped you till Aurangabad.
He dropped it and he brought it for me. He was my roommate actually. So
Okay.
he went out there, brought the bike, and he took me on a round. Okay, as soon as I came out from the hotel,
Okay.
I can never forget it because he just
That was
told
the
me.
first experience.
Yeah, he just told me sit on the bike and see what your bike can do. Okay.
Okay.
He took me on the Road King, took one round up and down. Okay, and the sound was beautiful. Then he took the turn. He even skidded on the stones and all, but the bike just maintained the balance perfectly.
Okay.
I just loved it.
So that was your first ride as well as the first bike.
Correct. No, first ride in the sense I gone on rides earlier, like that.
Okay.
But then
No,
I mean,
like the
sitting,
first
yeah.
bike.
Correct.
The first bike. Okay. From there, what was the time duration you traveled back to Mangalore?
Okay, this bike I got in '99,
Okay.
and in somewhere towards the end of '99, I got a transfer to Mangalore.
Okay.
Okay, the Gateway Hotel.
Okay.
So that was when one of my first ideas that came to mind was that I will send all my luggage by train or by cargo, and I will ride the bike down.
Okay.
But then I wasn't too confident, and I didn't have that much of time also. I had to report the very next day to work actually to the office.
Okay.
So I didn't want to take a chance, and in case anything goes wrong, so I had to put it on the truck and send it down along with my luggage,
Okay.
and it came down. So
From there, you were
2000 onwards, I was out here
in Mangalore itself. So when, we even know that you're founder of many clubs in Mangalore, like MJYMC, UBM, as well as Coastal Scooter Club.
Scooter.
So many other. You're working hard for biking community, especially for the vintage category. So what was the real need to start MJYMC or I mean all these vintage clubs in Mangalore, because there were few bikes in Mangalore,
Correct.
but they didn't have an actual team like something like that, because we know Viroshanna as well as many other riders were there in Mangalore. So when did you actually start the club like MJYMC or any other clubs in Mangalore?
That's what to say. It's a kind of there's no particular reason.
Okay.
Why? Because since I was working in the Taj, okay, from 2000 onwards till 2004-5, like that, I was working in the Taj.
Okay.
And one problem with working in the industry is that, we don't get Sundays off, or how we get Diwali, even New Year's, Christmas. Forget about this. You don't get those offs.
Okay.
It's like my off would be on a Wednesday or a Tuesday.
Okay.
And even though my roommate or my friends working in the same department, we don't get off together.
Okay.
So what happened is, on my off days, okay, I used to wait for my off so that I can just get on the bike, okay, and go ride out somewhere, okay, where nobody can come. I don't get any call from the hotel, and nobody will come. Basically, it's a lazy day for us because no company used to go out on our own. I remember I used to just sit on the bike and I used to ride all the way to Karkala or maybe to Kapu and all like that, just solo by myself. Then, of course, that was the time when we started browsing the net and all, and then I saw on the internet there used to be this the Mumbai, they call them the ESD Java Owners Club of India,
Okay.
YJOCI.
Okay.
Okay, and then that is when I saw like they had organized a Java Day, which was part of the International Java Day.
Okay.
So that time I used to think like, oh yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, I even have 10 bikes out there. It looks good. Here I got one bike only. I don't know. I've not seen other bikes and all. So a few of those guys, I think some guys from Bangalore also had said, "Hey Sean, come on, you take it, and there will be other guys. You can find them. You will find them." I remember many times actually. I used to when I used to ride on the road, I used to hear one Java SD going. Okay, I'll turn around, go chase after that guy, and then I'll stop him and I'll ask him like, Incha model, like what do you do? And I used to call them up also, okay, on Sundays.
Okay.
When once I left the Taj,
Okay.
on Sundays I used to actually call them up and tell them like, would you like to meet up and all, because I was a bachelor.
Yeah. They were married.
I mean, everybody was a family man.
Family man.
So now Sunday, even if I want to go out, I can go out by myself. I've gone out, I used to go out solo. But then that sometimes you feel that company,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Then somewhere in 2006, okay, this you heard of the XBHP forum?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So on the XBHP forum, when I was browsing through it, and then I found like some 2-3 guys who wanted to meet up, and they said like, it doesn't matter what bike you have, let's just meet up. It's just friends. We talk about two-wheelers. We talk about anything automotive.
Yeah.
So somewhere in 2006, we had one short like a lunch meet. Then we went riding to Tanirvavi. It was a good meet. And that
How
time,
many bikes were there during that time?
that time when we met, it was just around some 6 bikes.
All were Road King SDs or other bikes?
I was the only road king.
Okay.
Only the only ESD. And slowly we built up the community.
Okay.
When more and more people started coming in, and we used to coordinate with the Manipal, because we had a friend in Manipal.
Okay.
So with the Manipal students and then together with some of the locals from here, so we used to team up and we used to try and meet up the rides. On a good weekend, maybe around 10-12 bikes. Okay, majority will be Bullets, 2-3 Pulsars, 1 RX. Okay, my Road King.
Okay.
Only my bike.
Okay.
So this is how the meets used to be actually.
Okay. So from what time like you guys like SDs and the Javas got together?
We Arun Shiri, right? From Shiva. Okay, so together with him, I came to know him, and then like I knew that he had a Road King and a Java. I remember one day when I was going with my wife. Okay, that time my fiance. We were riding to the beach.
Okay.
So I was riding out towards the beach, and he came down with a couple of other guys. I don't know if Biroj, you were there. You were there, right? Okay. Biroj was there. Then I think Alan was there on the Lambretta Java. Beautiful. Okay, so nice to see all these old vehicles and very well maintained. Okay. Compared to that, my Deluxe was just like okay. Right? So I turned around and then I told my wife, I said, look at those scooters, look at the Java and all. She said, do you know them? I said, no. You want to talk to them? I said, yes. She said, go. So we took a turn, we chased these guys, and then we caught up with them near Bendur, St. Sebastian Church. Yeah. That was the time when I first met Arun Chiri, and then I spoke to him, with Virosh and all. So that was the time when we used to talk. Slowly after that, we used to invite the guys. Okay, so that time also, like supposing because my fiance was there, she also is free on Sundays. So I used to pick her up from her hostel, and then we used to go riding to the beach. So that time we used to go riding, so I used to call any of the other guys. Arun Shiri would join us, then slowly 1 or 2 other Road Kings would join us. We used to have nice rides like that occasionally.
Shan bhai.
One edition. This is my second boy, Dre Aiden. Yes. Do you mind sitting properly, Baba?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dre, welcome.
Okay, thank you. Dre.
Okay, Shan bhai, you're telling me about MJYMC, how you guys started. So you met Virosh, you met Arun Shri and other guys. So then how about rest of the journey? How was MJYMC name?
Okay. Then it was in 2006 when the XBHP guys, right?
Okay.
All of us, like they were saying, Sean, come on. That time we found some 2-3 other bikes, including Arun's Java. So they said, let's this Java day, let's have one Java day and we'll do. So I said, okay, fine. Called up the guys, and that time there were only 3. Okay. There was Aaron's Deluxe, and there was one guy from Kerala, his Classic, and my Deluxe.
Okay.
So only these 3 ESD bikes were there, and the rest were all like Bullet, Pulsar. So these bikes were there. I remember it was a nice rainy ride, and we went riding to Tanibabi.
Okay.
Then after that, every year I should try and ask, but then there was no reply. In a sense, like everybody would be saying, because most of them would prefer riding during the sunny days, not during the rains. So 2006 to 2009, we used to have a random journey. But till the time when I got married, okay, almost every Sunday there would be 3 bikes where we would meet and we would ride to the beach.
Okay.
There was my friend's Bullet, there was my friend's Megan's RX, and my Rocking. We guys, rain or sun or whatever it is, we will ride.
Every Sundays.
Every Sunday we used to ride to the beach. Sometimes we used to have this Manipal G2Gs, like we ride from here to Manipal. Sometimes the Manipal guys would come down.
Okay.
In 2009, we decided, okay, we'll try again. We'll call up for the guys who was ready to meet up, and we'll have a ride. And what we used to do regularly in front of my office at Kadri, okay, we kept on calling other guys. Then we created posters. We put them in the mechanic shop, and my friends in the all their other biking mechanic shops and all, they used to put up the posters. So during that day, that was one day when we actually got all the main mechanics together, and that was the one day when Virosh, Suraj and all these guys, they all come up. It was really nice. Yeah. At that time, I think we must have been only some 12 ESDs, and the rest were all the rest of the bikes. We just met up out there.
Even Janana was there.
Even Janana, Henry, Keshavana and Tony. That was the one time when all 4 of them came. It was nice to see everybody together. Okay, like I mean, seeing those guys together. Okay, seeing so many Java and ESDs. My wife had come with me. Okay, that time also she had come from the hostel and she told me, I saw some 4 or 5 bikes coming. Then she said, you come quickly out here to your place and all that. Then she also was saying, like, it's so nice to see, that so many of the ESGs together.
Okay.
Even the other guys came, okay. There were so many Bullets that had come in, some of the Charismas that had come in. They were like excited to see. They said it's so nice to see such beautiful bikes. And like both Birosh and Suraj's bike, okay, well maintained. Okay, lovely bikes. So nice to see them. Even Arun Shiri's Java also, very nice it was at that time, okay. Chrome was absolutely shining and all. So these are the guys, okay, my other friends and all, they were stunned to see that so many bikes are still running all around. So took one round around the city, went riding to Tanibabi. It was good, like, it was nice. Okay. After that we started like
there it got started, MJYMC.
That time also we didn't exactly have a name. What happened is the Bangalore club had already formed and they were the BJYMC, Bangalore Java ESD Motorcycle Club.
Okay.
So, I mean, since I used to coordinate with them, then we decided, okay, I asked Arun Shiri because he was the one who was always used to support me.
Okay.
And I asked him, then he said, Sean, do one thing, and we'll call it. We are Bangalore, they are Bangalore, so it'll be MJYMC. And then
that's how.
Many times I used to ask all our boys also, like, do you want to change the name? Because that Bangalore Java ESD is a long name, okay? So you want to make it short. What do you want to? You want to the Tulu Naru Java ESD, something like that.
Okay.
ESD rider, something of Tulu Naru or Kudla, something like that. If you want to make a local name, but everybody said no, let it be MJYMC only. So we kept it like that.
So that's how. Till now it is like MJYMC.
It's been MJYMC.
How about your participation in UBM as well as Coastal Scooter Club?
The XBHP forum was there. Okay, and we guys used to always meet up under the heading of XBHP.
Okay.
2007, 2008, I remember there was a All India XBHP ride. Okay, there was a 5-day 1000cc Honda 5-day. There was there were 2 scooters. I forgot what the names. Okay, they had just been launched in the market, the big ones actually.
Okay.
And a couple of other bikes. One was something like the Apache or something. So they were taking these on trial and they were riding throughout India.
Okay.
They came down from Goa, and late night I just checked on the forum and they said they're visiting Mangalore. Okay, there was a contact number, and then when I called them up and I checked with them, then I told them, I said, are you coming directly from Goa via Kundapur and Udupi? They said yes. Then I told them, then do one thing, Surathkal is very bad. Okay, the Surathkal stretch is really bad. With that fire blade out there, you won't be able. That was the time when they were doing the 4-laning, and then it was horrible, that road. We guys used to ride out, not to Suratkal and also Nino.
Okay.
So I remember then they were asking me for an alternative route. So I spoke to the Manipal guys. They met them in Udupi, took them to Manipal, had a small type of interview with them, then brought them via Karkala. I still remember today. We rode out from here to first to Mudbidri. Then because they were getting held up, so we rode further to Karkala. This was at midnight.
Oh.
Okay. A lot of other bikes and one Road King. Sorry, two Road Kings. My Road King and my friend's Road King. And at least around some 14-15 other bikes. We went to Karkala, we waited till midnight. Then they reached from Manipal, they had come riding slowly. They reached Manipal, Karkala around 1 o'clock in the morning. Then we came riding down together.
Okay.
The XBHP forum was always out there.
Okay.
Now, because a lot of other clubs were getting involved, right? And they were always used to encourage us. So what happened is, May 2014. In May 2014, have you heard about the Charlie Bear?
Yeah.
The Worldwide Relay Riders.
Yeah, exactly.
The Worldwide Relay Rider was all about connecting riders and clubs around the world.
Okay.
And for that, they use a baton. It was like a relay. That's why they call it the Worldwide Relay Riders.
Okay.
It's like one rider from one town would ride from point A to point B, and they hand over a baton. To the next team reaching out there. That team will ride on to the next town like that.
Okay.
And so it continues.
Okay.
In this case, the baton was a teddy bear called Charlie Bear.
Charlie Bear.
Okay, that was a very good initiative.
That concept was actually brought from Harley Davidson, I guess, no?
They were mostly Harley Davidson riders. Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So what happened is they were trying to raise funds for a charity, a children's charity somewhere in the US.
Okay.
Okay, so they were encouraging whoever wants to donate, they can do it online, offline, and they could do something on that sort. But that's why the Charlie Bear was meant to be like that, to raise awareness for that. So when this thing came up to India, Harley Davidson wasn't much in the market. Exactly. It was a Bullet Club which mainly existed out here.
Yeah.
So all around the country, around India, it was the Bullet Clubs which took out the initiative. So we formed groups actually, and they said I will ride from so and so city to so and so city. Okay. Then another team said they will ride from so and so city to another city like that.
Okay.
Charlie Bear reached the northeast, Guwahati. From he came down via Burma. Okay. To Indonesia, Malaysia, and then Burma, and then into the northeast. Okay. So from there, the northeast riders took him out, went out, took him around and all, went up all the way to north. Then he came down south. So that is the time when we started like collecting guys, asking guys. So one day we had a meet and went to talk about it. What should we do? How should we do it? And what can be done? So when Charlie Bear came out here, he came via Goa. One team of riders from Belgaum, they rode to Goa, picked up Charlie Bear from there, and came down to Mangalore with him. All Bullet guys.
Okay.
So our team was here in Mangalore to pick him up at in front of Bharat Mall.
Okay.
They picked him up and he was there with us. We took him to the beach. We took him to Radio Mirchi, FM. Okay. FM station out there. They had an interview with Charlie Bear.
Okay.
Then we took him to the beach and then...
Was there any person with that Charlie Bear?
No. He just came packed in a bag. Okay. So they handed over the bag. They take out Charlie, hand it over. And so that's what we did. From here, our team was... This was one thing I'm very proud about, like our, the Mangalore or the Kutla boys. Okay, we were one of the only teams in the entire country where we had an assortment of bikes. Okay. There was a Bullet, Royal Enfield Bullet. There was a KTM. Okay. There was a NS Pulsar, and there was my Road King. Okay. And all four bikes, we took Charlie. The next day we took Charlie from here early morning. We left at 4 o'clock, and our point of contact was Calicut. So we rode from here to Calicut, all four bikes, and all four bikes maintained like the pace, including my Road King also. All of us maintained the speed and distance. We reached Calicut well by around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. Yeah. There was the entire team of the riders from Calicut, they were all waiting for him. Handed over Charlie. Okay, there was a big press meet, everything like that and all. Then these guys took us around. And then they told us to stay there for the night. But then we said no, forget it, because we had to come back also. I had just actually come back from Bangalore also, so even I was kind of tired. I said no, better to go back. So we came riding back, and these guys from Calicut, the next round was they took him to I think Cochin. So like that's how Charlie Bear went all around.
So from there,
From there, what happened is then people came to know about it, okay, because through FM and all.
Yeah.
So many clubs came into the picture. There was the R15 clubs. There was the Pulsar, the Naked Wolves, what they are called, NS team. And then of course our Java ESG was there. Then the Bullet clubs, 2-3 Bullet clubs were involved. So slowly over a period of time, because of this Charlie Bear, right?
Okay.
So
people got along.
People started like getting interested. Then they wanted to know more about like what do we do and how do we do it and all. So this was in the month of May.
Okay.
Month of June itself, when we were talking among ourselves, like we said, like we should have some type of a
United Club
event.
Yeah.
So we had a bikers boot camp. It was a bikers boot camp. We organized it at KCS hostel.
Okay.
Just a half day event. We did presentations on road safety. Okay, awareness of riding in groups and solo riding, long riding, points we should be aware about.
Okay.
First aid was there. Then we held some free competitions. Everybody was very happy. So it was a good thing to get the guys together.
So from there, UBM started.
UBM started, yes.
Okay. And even though same thing with the scooter club also, right?
Scooter clubs also, yes, because we've tried, okay, because Virosh, Suraj, even Mithun, Devariga, a lot of other guys had these scooters.
Clubs,
So we've tried around 3-4 times. We used to have these meets actually. Okay, we'll try and have like a Sunday meet, only scooters, all different brands of scooters.
Okay.
So we had this right, but after that it's like again everybody's quiet, no matter how much we try.
Okay.
Then finally we started like pushing it forward. So we had these groups for the scooter groups and all, and we said okay, we'll take it forward.
Okay.
Then because actually I'm just telling you, because what happened since we put the name of Manglo everywhere.
Yeah.
We put the name of Manglo everywhere. Okay, so it was the Manglo Classic Scooter Club also.
Yeah.
Whereas,
United Bikers.
yeah, then like the Udupi guys, they say like they are from Udupi, so like
even they want their name.
Then we got riders from Mudbidri, from Puttur, then the couple of guys from Coorg also, like even from Kasaragod also.
But they were everybody was riding under Mango.
Correct.
Okay.
Then we thought, okay, like like we don't want to limit it only to like say for example one particular brand of scooter, okay, and not to one place only. So we thought like we call ourselves a Coastal Retro Indian Scooterists, CRIS, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
So under this coastal now, whether you are part of Kapu or you are part of Udupi or part of Kundapur or Mangalore, Kasaragod, all are welcome as part of the team.
Yeah.
So we've been having some good rides. We had one of the last rides to Belur. It was good.
Okay. So that was I heard even your son was like along with you during the long rides.
By default.
How long he has rode along with you?
Limca record. Virosh was there with us for Limca record. That was in 2015.
He was part of Limca Book of Records. So he was along with you?
No, he was not there.
Okay.
He was there for the next one.
Okay.
2018, since my wife had already left, okay. And that was the time when we got the invitation from the Bangalore club. They were saying that they're going to attempt the Guinness record for the biggest number of motorcycles in a parade made from only one manufacturer. So they were trying that, not in production anymore. That was what the record was for.
So how old you was while that time?
Hey, how old were you at that time? It was around 5.5.
5.5 years old.
No,
and time or something if you fell asleep.
Actually for that one, what happened? This was the thing, okay. I asked our guys, all of them were gung ho, all of them saying we'll go. Now even I want to go, so what do I do with him? Okay, then I had already made up my mind, okay, because my wife told me, see, you go, but you can't take him on the bike, he's too small.
Okay.
So I planned that I'll go in the like a backup vehicle. Okay, go in the car, he'll be with me. Then one of our other guys, Ajay, he told me, he said, see, Captain, I'm coming also. My wife will not allow me to ride. But then he said, what I'm doing is my bike, I'm putting it in my Qualis, and there I will offload the bike and I'll ride it for the Guinness record. So instead of you coming in your car, you come with me. So we said okay. So we were with him only from here. We were with him in the car, okay, in the backup car. We were following up all these guys. Then what happened is somewhere post after Sakleshpur, Arun Shiri was on his Road King. Okay. And it's the first time he's riding a long distance actually. Then with the rains and with the road and all, and his bike started giving problem also. Then he kind of felt tired, so he said, "Better can you take it only?" Okay. Then I said, "Okay, I'll take it." I had already brought my jacket and helmets just because in case I had planned for that in Bangalore. This fellow said, "I'm not sitting. If you're going, I'm coming." I said, "Okay, fine." And the rains had stopped.
Okay.
So I put him on the bike and we rode. We rode from Sakleshpur all the way to Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Yes.
He was sitting in front.
He was sitting in the front and we rode. That time he dozed off, but he was kind of okay.
Okay.
Coming back again, I was thinking I'll be sitting in the car comfortably. Okay, then he can sleep, I can sleep. Then Arun again told me, "Sean, I don't feel like riding.
Okay.
You please take it." Okay. Then I said, "Okay." He said, "You take it till Hassan." I said, "Okay." I rode till Hassan. Then Hassan became Bangalore. So we came riding through the ghats, everything. We came riding. He slept on the way, but it was okay.
It was okay for you to manage.
Then after that, the other rides that we used to do, wherever we used to go, I realized like it's a danger actually. It's not. It's really not safe. And secondly, one thing I forgot also that he didn't have gloves at the time. He had jacket, he had the helmet, but I didn't get his gloves, and his hands were freezing. So all these things I got ready and kept ready. So when we went for the Nasik ride, again we had a backup car.
Okay.
But this time for the Nasik ride, I got a harness. Okay. So I hooked him in the front with me.
Okay.
So I can keep an eye on him. So if he sleeps also, either he can put his head on the tank and sleep.
Yeah.
Or he can just rest like that on me.
Just, yeah.
And his hands, everything is lovely. He was completely comfortable like that. And the car was always there behind.
Yeah.
From Belgaum, this fellow was dozing off. Okay, so I told Biroj also, I said, "You do one thing, from now you take it. Then I'll be in the car."
Okay.
Biroj rode. That is one thing. It's nice when we have a team like this. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Because understanding is important.
The car
during
is
the
there,
ride.
then we got like all our friends, no? Like Renault is there, Biroj is there. So Surat didn't join us for that one. Nasik, yeah. So all these guys, no? It's good like that when you got an understanding, so it's good. One thing is that like what happens, we connect among ourselves. So how we've been having the city rides and all.
Okay.
Then when we went for the Limca ride actually to Bangalore, that was a time when we learned to explore places because I knew about that place.
Okay. Okay.
So we could go there, show the guys. We had lunch at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but still didn't matter because it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Then from Bangalore, we got in touch with, in a sense, like they called us for the King's Raid. You remember for the 15th August, you also
Yeah,
had
even I
us,
was
right?
part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
To Snehal somewhere.
Yeah, correct. So I mean, things like this, they organize a ride every like once in 3 to 4 months. Okay, and there's always like some place like either near the beach side or somewhere at a hill station.
Okay.
So when we organize rides like this, no, that is the beauty about it. Because we get to meet riders from other cities and we get to see some beautiful places.
Exactly.
Food also, it's something good. So together with that, like
You select different places to ride, right?
That's what you learn about new
Even I've
places.
heard that like some riders from MJMC have rode till Ladakh.
Correct.
And Viroshan is here.
Yes.
So as well as
I
Suraj.
was very happy to know. Okay, in fact, for that,
Do you have any plans to ride Ladakh in your Road King or SD?
You rode to Ladakh in 2018.
Viroshan has rode twice, I guess, no?
No,
Once, because no, see, we having like brand new bike. I mean, if it is Royal Enfield, I have Interceptor, or you have a NS, or you have a like any kind of a brand new bike.
Correct.
It's easy to ride, but riding a legendary bike towards Ladakh, that height, it is really difficult.
That's what I was so happy to know. Okay, like when these guys called me up from there and said we had reached. Okay, and then even this our Girish Anna had called me when he reached K2 and he told me also I'm here at K2 and I just reached. I thought I'll let you know. I was very happy. I asked them, all the guys are okay, all the bikes are okay. They said bikes, absolutely no problem. Everybody is fit and fine. Okay, and I asked them many times, okay, are the bikes okay? They said, our bikes, you don't worry. There was one Bullet Avenger gave problem. Bullet also gave problem. I mean, other people, other riders and all, they had issues.
Because the mindset is different. Like people are scared, okay, in the bike Boa, it's an old bike.
Right.
But once I heard from Suraj in one of Sachin Anna's video, he was telling like brand new bikes, technical things are very difficult.
Exactly.
If you have to fix something in the SDs, it is like very easy if you know a general setup in that. So I think so. These bikes are better than the new one.
You see, what should I say is that's correct to an extent, okay? Because if your technology is good and the bike is perfectly fine and it's capable, you can go and come and absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. But then you have to be ready that in case something goes wrong,
You should know.
you won't know what to do.
Yeah.
Say for example, the new Java.
Yeah.
One of our guys, Nayan Kumar,
Nayan Kumar.
he had gone with his wife from here
to Ladakh.
all the way to Ladakh and back.
Yeah.
And they did quite well. So the only problem they had was the chain and the sprocket. So everywhere he had to go to a service center and get it tightened up, and I think you know the story about that. Now if this was our case, okay, we could have done the tightening everything on the roadside, or else we carry our own chain, put the chain, redo it, and if guys like Suraj is there, no, we call him our Dr. Suraj, okay,
Dr. Suraj.
okay, there itself you chop the chain, you add one link, do something or the other, the bike will go. So far with all the rides that we've gone, okay, wherever something has happened, we've never left any bike behind. Okay, even if we've had problems, I'm not saying that the bikes won't give you problems. Okay, we've had problems. Scooters, we've had problems everywhere also. But what happens is that at that point of time, no, you don't have to worry that nothing. You can't do anything about it.
There is a solution.
There is a solution about it. Okay, and come what may, you'll always be able to get. We've always bought the bikes back in one piece, like no problems about it.
Super. So can we just go and check out your bikes? Ite inglu Sean Bhai na bike the collection tore boyta. So Sean Bhai, how about this one? What is the name of this bike? I think so you have kept different names to all the bikes. So what is the name of this bike?
Whitey.
Scooter. Whitey.
This is actually my dad's 1984 Vespa.
Okay.
And this is a scooter on which, like, I as a kid,
Okay.
I don't remember how old I was.
Okay.
200 kilometers around.
You told me
in the
to
northeast.
Guwahati.
Correct.
This was the one.
This is the one. My dad was there and I sat behind him.
What's the name of this?
My brother has christened this one Magneto.
Magnet.
Yes, because we had some problem with the magnet. I'll see if I can find some other name to.
Okay.
This one actually was somebody had offered it to me,
Okay.
and I was not in a very thing of like actually buying it or getting it.
Okay.
But since he wanted money, he said, "Why don't you take it and all? We can do it up."
Okay.
And I had, when I brought it, I kept it in Virosha's place for a couple of days because I couldn't actually take it out, and there was a lot of work had to be done on this.
Okay.
This is my 93 Road King.
The first bike.
The very first bike that I got when I was working in Aurangabad.
Okay.
So this was actually, that's why it still has the Bangalore number,
Okay.
K03, and this is the bike that was sent by train from Bangalore to where I was working, and he's been with me in all my rides. Actually, you rode to Ladakh in 2018, right, Virosh?
Dirashana, come inside the frames. Come.
This very same bike, okay.
Dirashana ಬರ್ತೀರಿ ಏನನ್ನ ಗುರುತಂದಲ್ಲಿ
Our Ladakh rider, okay, and superb rallies. This bike's name is Jeja, and actually this bike is pretty special. Okay, why? Because these two bikes that you see, the Deluxe and this Classic, I got both of them together.
Okay.
But this one was running, this one was supposed to be completely scrapped.
Okay.
It was scrapped so badly, okay, when it must have been part of the ground almost for at least around 7-8 years.
Okay.
Because after I picked it up also, it was at least around 4-5 years where I didn't touch it. I had brought it basically so that I could use the engine parts as required.
Okay. So how about this one, Sean Bhai? What is the name of this one?
This is Jinx.
Jinx.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a Deluxe again that I picked up from a mechanic.
Gotta let you say it 'cause I back it up. So appreciate I could pick it up. Living on the way, don't you know I'm up? So up. If you wanna wake up, there's places I could take you.
ಟ್ರೋಫೀಸ್ ತಚ್ಪಾರೋಣ ನಿಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಶಾನ್ ಬಾಯ್ನ ಟ್ರೋಫೀಸ್ ಮಾತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಶಾನ್ ಬಾಯ್, can you explain us like the trophies like Limca records?
No,
Well,
it's a small piece.
Oh, is it? Okay, bye. Sorry.
It's okay.
My boys will have to come first.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, these are mainly souvenirs and a few recognition items, but some of these ones mainly are the certificates actually.
Okay.
So, for example, now this is the Worldwide Relay Rider, the Charlie Bear Trophy.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know. It's just like you say, right? Thanks to your people. It is thanks to us, okay, that we managed in Mangalore, the riders of Mangalore managed to do something like this. Out of riders all around the world, it was a type of a lucky draw, and
Okay.
I don't know how they selected, but then I got this one.
Okay.
All around the world, they selected us and they sent it
All
to
around
us.
the world.
Entire world, the Worldwide Relay Riders. They had a type of lucky dip or something like that,
Okay, so you got it.
and they sent it to me. It came like this.
Beautiful.
This, of course, is the annual caterers. It's just for work that we done.
Okay.
This is a very special one because this is the certificate which talks about the Limca Book of Records, the record that we had done, okay, for the maximum number of vehicles out of production. 537 Java and SD motorcycle bikes. They went on a 3 kilometer plus rally without a break.
Okay.
Without a break in the entire procession, just around the stadium and back. Then, of course, this is a Guinness record attempt. This is just a souvenir actually because the process, there were some loopholes out there, so they could not. There was some loophole actually out there, so we didn't actually get the record, but we all got souvenirs
Okay.
who had gone for this world record attempt.
Okay.
Then some of the road safety events. These are the Malna Diaries events that we've been going in and out for.
Okay.
All of them. Some of the auto exhibitions that we've taken a part of. Then out here is Make a Difference is an NGO that does a lot of work for some of the children's, especially the children's institutes. So they had done a rally for change. This was in 2016. So of course that's a certificate that was given to the United Bikers of Mangalore as such, since we had helped them as part of that. This of course is because the very first auto exhibition that we had at Nitte. So this is a certificate of honor for that one. This of course is a very nice letter that came out from Snehalaya. In fact, you were a part of it. Virosh sir also was part of it. Okay, contributions from all the local guys as well as from the Bangalore team, the Kings Raid team actually.
Okay. So Nikhil, with Sean by na collections pura tuyari, bike collections as well as arna photographs, arna trophies matala tuyari. So it describes onji vishaya. He is an interesting person. As well as I have heard that mere must instruments play. Sean bhai, what kind of musical instruments you play? I have seen you like singing in the once in Forum Mall during Gentleman's Ride, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yeah. So you like
I play the guitar.
you play the guitar. What about other like you play drums or something, keyboards and all?
Well, keyboards is like I used to try and I used to play this basic simple thing.
Simple chords.
Mine is basically with the guitar.
Guitar.
I had studied classical guitar
Okay.
under the Trinity College of Music, London.
Oh, okay.
That was in Shillong.
Shillong.
In the
Okay.
northeast, you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
I know,
all
I know.
into music and all. And so I was part of it till my 10th standard. I was going for classes. I had practice. That was all classical guitar.
Okay.
But then after that, during holidays and all, that's when I started picking up normal, regular music,
Okay.
pop, rock, and all. So I would do.
So Sean bhai, like what is the lengthiest ride you have rode in your Road King or any other bikes?
The longest ride, of course, was all the way to Nasik and back.
Okay.
But then we also had a ride to Vagamon actually. That was one time I was so happy to get our majority of our MJYMC members into us, into the group. Okay, we had all, the entire team. We had Bharat, and Virosh was there, Suraj was there, then Girish and Anoop, Joel, all the entire team. It was a really, really good team, and everybody was shocked. They were so happy to see that the entire MJYMC was out. Like,
Okay.
and when I called up and told them that there are around 16 of us coming, they got a shock. They said, 16 of you coming from Bangalore? I said, yes. I said, okay. So that Vagamon was a distance of somewhat, I think some 600 kilometers, some 600,
Went on total 1,200 kilometers.
roughly.
Yeah.
Okay, so going of course we had already planned, we broke journey. That
Okay.
We rode from here to Calicut and we stayed in Calicut for the night. The next day we rode to Vagamon.
Okay.
And
So that was one of the lengthiest rides.
lengthiest in the sense in terms of duration, because what happened is coming back,
I heard you didn't take any breaks and all.
No,
You
it
rode
was like
almost for
practically-
24 hours.
so
like.
practically 24 hours only to fuel up and to have food or tea, coffee, break, that's what. But then without any rest, because we had to come back to Mangalore
Yeah.
at that point of time. So in the rain,
Okay.
coming back, no problem. And a good experience.
Yeah.
Not something that I would advise, but it's,
Yeah. And about your Omni drives, I've heard like you've been like traveling towards Shillong, coming back like the same Omni, like your whole family you used to travel. Like, what about the story about that?
The Omni is still on top. You can always
Yeah,
look
I've
at it
seen it.
afterwards. That Omni is a 1984 model, and the passion of traveling has come down to us and the siblings also through my parents, my father particularly. When my father was working in Shillong, so he always had the option of, since this is his native hometown, okay. Even before that, before the traveling, we used to come by flight.
Okay.
Every like once in 3-4 years, we used to come down to Mangalore.
Okay.
I remember staying in my grandparents' place near Kulshekar, when they were staying in the rented place, and then somewhere near Kaikamba, and all we used to stay. We used to stay in that place. Like, we used to come down flying actually.
Okay.
But then when this happened, when we got the Omni,
Okay.
so my father had the option, either we can fly, which means you just do hop, skip and jump and you land in the airport, take a bus and you go all there. Otherwise, he always felt that when you travel by road, you see everything.
Exactly.
Okay, I still remember the first journey. This was I was in my 6th standard, if I'm not mistaken. When we travel, okay, lot of experiences. It's like 3,000 kilometers plus one way. Okay, from Shillong into to Guwahati in Assam, then you come down via the Sikkim route to the Tista River bridge, and then come down towards Kolkata we bypass Orissa, Andhra. From Andhra we don't want to go down towards Chennai. So from Andhra, without setting foot into Tamil Nadu, we divert directly to Bangalore. We used to stay in my aunt's place, and then from Bangalore to Mangalore. Going back, Bangalore to Goa, we used to stay there for a week or so, then we go all the way back to Shillong.
So you have beautiful memories with you.
Yes, because on the road, when you are on the road like that,
Yeah, exactly.
with the family also, and you can imagine in the 80s how the roads used to be, potholes and all.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was an experience.
But there was not much of traffic during those days.
Correct. A lot of heavy traffic would be there on the highways, but otherwise it was the cities and all was.
Viroshan used to tell me every time, because he is traveling so much, like from the earlier days also. So what are the passions you have, Sean Bhai? I've heard like you like adopt dogs, the puppies and all. So
One is that one actually. I'm a volunteer with the Animal Care Trust shelter here in Mangalore. We take care more of these sick, injured,
street dogs.
and the stray dogs.
Okay.
Now, for example, during the lockdown,
Uh-huh.
when restaurants, shops, offices, colleges, everything was closed. So then we realized, okay, that first of all, you know the pet shops around Mangalore.
Yeah.
We realized that when they put the lockdown, that there were the pets inside the pet shops.
Oh.
And since shops are supposed to be closed, okay, who's going to feed them? Because nobody's supposed to go out.
Okay.
Then we started calling up all the pet shops, and we got their contacts and we asked them. A lot of them had taken the bigger ones, like the puppies and kittens had taken, but the birds and fishes and everything was still stuck inside the shops. Then we got a list of all the places, addresses and contact numbers. we got permission from the DC.
Okay.
And he gave us a special permission during one particular day, and when they allowed a relaxation for people to go and do shopping. So they allowed these people to open their shop only for those 2 hours, and they allowed us to go and help them also.
Okay.
Then we also took special permission to feed all the stray dogs. Altogether we must have had some 80 volunteers and non-volunteers.
Okay.
Okay. Many of them are some of our guys from the MJYMC group also. Like Anup was there, then Ravi KR who works with Muda, he also was helping us. Veera Anshan was there. Quite a lot of our other guys used to help us. So we had at least around some 80 volunteers and non-volunteers.
Okay.
Different areas of parts in and around Bangalore, all the way up till Suratkal also. Suratkal, Bajpe. So we used to try and collect feed, and mostly our expenses or animal care trust would help us with that. And we used to go and feed them once in the morning, once in the evening.
Okay.
Then over and above that, now things are back to normal. We go back to the normal thing, like we try and encourage people to sterilize their pets.
Okay.
Otherwise the population just increases drastically. Injured and sick, we get them and we bring them to the shelter and take care of them.
Okay.
Apart from that, like one of my main concerns, primary concern is like our road safety.
Okay.
Because a lot of us we've seen now also, both during lockdown and after lockdown, many people they ride on the road, they go on the road without any sense, 2-wheeler or 4-wheeler. Okay.
Correct.
So I once remember you had gone with me to the school out there in Kaikamba.
Yeah, I remember. You have been there for
They invited us to do a small presentation. We do a small talk and presentation because I feel we can try and take it out from the children onwards.
Children, exactly.
Because we've done a lot of other campaigns. We've done campaigns like no horn awareness for an entire month. Okay, and then we used to do a lot of other road safety campaigns. We've done this helmet awareness rides, and during the road safety week, together with the traffic police department, we've had one rally all the way from Forum Mall till Tanirbavi Beach. And there, the police department got us their vehicle with the big LCD projector, where we showed visuals of live accidents. People fall down, accident. Some people have died also in the accidents. We show all the visuals in the open public, so people have an idea. And we've done this type of shows. Then we thought like we should try and teach the children at a young age.
Yeah.
Now, say for example, when he sits on the bike with me, okay, to use the indicator, he knows whether I tell or not. Okay, he knows which road. He'll ask me, Dada, are you going left or are you going right? If I tell him right, he'll put his hand like that. Okay, and then he himself sometimes he'll put the indicator. Or he'll tell me, Dada, you didn't put indicator. When we're in the car, both of them will tell me, seatbelt, put seatbelt. Okay. Sometimes if I go above 60 kilometers per hour, they're telling me, don't go so fast, don't go so fast. So, in a way, if they learn about it from the young age, then they do it. We've done it for a couple of the government schools, we've done it for a few of the private schools. So we want to push this forward actually.
Okay, so what about your profession? What do you do for the living life?
Okay, actually I'm a hotel management graduate and I was working with the Taj for at least around some 7 years.
Okay.
Then when things got a bit too taxing and health issues were there and all, and sometimes it's like, say for example, Christmas, New Year, okay, you don't get to see your family also. It's like you're working in the hotel only. 2005 when I took a break, my sister had started off this interior shop. We do all these type of screens, blinds, mosquito meshes, we do that work. We used to do these outdoor blinds and awnings also.
Okay.
That is my primary focus now.
Okay.
So it's something which gives me that freedom to at least do what I can. Same time, I take hotel management classes in the food and beverage management for Sri Devi College. I'm also a faculty at Sarosh Institute.
Okay.
On call when they when they require, they ask me for some guest lecture.
Okay.
But mostly I'm with Sri Devi College at least like around thrice in a week. Yes. So
you have an office also for the...
my office is for the blinds. It's at Qatari. That's what I do.
Okay. So ಇಂಚೆ ಮಾತ ವಿಷಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಾನ್ ಬಾಯ್ನ ಆರ್ನ ಫುಲ್ ನಮಗೆ ಅನ್ಬೇರೆ ಆರ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ತೊಚ್ಪಾಯಿರಿ ಅಂಚನೆ ಆರ್ನ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಪಂಡಿರಿ ಆರ್ನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಟೀಮ್ ಆರ್ ಎಂಚ ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ತೇರಿ ಎಂಚ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಒಂಜಿ ವಿಂಟೇಜ್ ಗ್ಯಾದರಿಂಗ್ ಮಲ್ಪಾಯಿರಿ ಸೊ ಪೂರ ಪಂಡೇರಿ So Sean bhai, thank you so much.
Always welcome. It's always nice to be part of your vlogs because it's very interesting. Like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very nice when you're trying to
So it's
showcase.
all your support and Viroshanna as like Ayman. There are many guys. I'm just in front of the screen. That's it. So behind this, there is because see, I don't have more of contacts. It's like I cannot just go and talk to him. Can you just come on my vlog? So because of Viroshanna, he usually contacts the people and he's like, "I knew Jund work for." So
really?
like that he does. So even Ayman also come along with this for helping the everything camera setup and all.
Right.
So I'm really happy to like just to say like they are part of my work.
That's nice.
So
Because when you do these type of vlogs, actually, because a lot of the people they are not known or nobody knows about them.
yeah, exactly.
So
We're just trying it out. Just been since like 4-5 months. We're getting good responses for this. So, anyways, thank you so much for being guest for today's vlog. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So, ಅಂಚನೆ ಕೋಡೆ ಒಂಜಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆತುಂಡು ಎಂಕಲ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕೈಲಾಸ್ ಸರ್ ಬಂದುಲ್ಲೇರು ಮಣಿಪಾಲ್ದಾರೆ ಸೊ ನಿಕ್ಲೆಗೆ ಮುಲ್ಪ ಬರಂದುಪ್ಪು ಈ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಆರ್ನ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಪನ ಸೊ ಆರ್ನ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ದುಪ್ಪು ಸೊ ವಿಡಿಯೋಲ ತೂಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಲ್ಪ್ಲೆ ಎಂಕಲ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಕುಲ್ ಮಾತ ಸೊ ಅಕ್ಲೆಗ್ಲ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಲ್ಪ್ಲೆ ಪಡಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಿಡು ಅಂಚನೆ ಎಂಕಲ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಲ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ಬರೋದುಂಡು ನಿಕುಲ್ ಎಡ್ಡೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಕೊರೊಂದುಲ್ಲಾರೆ ಎಂಕಲ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಂದುಲ್ಲೆ ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಐ ರಿಯಲಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮೈ ಚಾನಲ್ ಅಂಚನೆ ಈ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಮಲ್ಪ್ಲೆ ನಿಕ್ಲ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ನಕಲ ಶೇರ್ ಮಲ್ಪ್ಲೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್.